In this video, we are going to make something that is totally going to rock your world if you miss porridge, aka oatmeal to the Americans here, and you also love coffee. Today we're going to be making Superpower Porridge, which is a huge favorite for a lot of people. So it is super easy to make, it is super delicious, it takes a little bit of time, but not time that you have to babysit. So, and it is basically, I've forgotten the name of it, Bulletproof Coffee in the form of a meal. So I love this when it's cold in the cooler months because it has the texture and reminds me of porridge. But some people have said that it was like eating a bowl of coffee flavored mini marshmallows. So if that sounds good to you, then this is a great break of your fast or start to your day whenever your first meal is. So here's how to make Superpower Porridge. Here in my pan I have 6 ounces of hot brewed coffee. Now I haven't been more specific than that because everybody likes their coffee a different way. Maybe you brew it in an espresso machine, maybe you brew it in a Ninja coffee bar, maybe you do what I did for this, which was I used a packet of 4 Sigmatic mushroom coffee. Like, however you like your coffee, get 6 ounces of black coffee, however you like it. 6 ounces, 6 fluid ounces, that is, which is 3/4 of a cup. Put that in a pan over the heat. So you could actually, if you want to have porridge and coffee, you could make a big mug of coffee, take 3/4 of a cup out for this, and then drink the rest. So to this, we're gonna add our thick coconut milk. We're gonna add our heavy cream. If you need this to be dairy free, I've not got good news for you. This isn't a dairy free recipe. Even if you switch the cream out, there's more dairy later on. We're gonna add our chia. We're gonna add our sea salt. We're going to add our sweetener. We're going to add our flavoring extract, not flavoring extract. And then we are going to mix this together really, really well. You want to make sure that the chia seeds are dispersed. Get them all down, clinging to the sides there, and just stir it well until everything's dispersed and mixed and you can't feel the grain of the sweetener. So this recipe really is more assembly than it is cooking, but you have an absolutely delicious meal that even people who've never been in a kitchen before can do brilliantly. So this is a great place to start if you're really new to the kitchen. So we're just going to mix that all together, and then we're going to turn the heat down, and we are going to let this warm over a low heat for 20 minutes, and every once in a while we're going to come back and give it a stir just to make sure that everything is still mixed and enjoying life in the coffee. So low heat, leave it there. I've got my timer because I don't know about you. I can go off and get busy with something else and forget. So I've got 20 minutes on the clock. I'm pushing start now, and I will see you back here when this has warmed for 20 minutes and we will finish it off. We are back here with our Superpower Porridge. We have been warming this for 20 minutes, and quite honestly, it doesn't matter if you go over 20 minutes a little bit, as long as you are checking on it every once in a while, giving it a stir to keep things moving. So there's my Superpower Porridge. Giving that a good stir. Then I am going to do the last step, and the last step is to add our cottage cheese. Now, I'm a big fan of cottage cheese. Cottage cheese has a lot of protein in. It's also delicious. And if you buy the small curd cottage cheese, that's typically what they call the one with the highest fat in. Of course, you can dial, depending on where you are, what your goals are, where you've come from, will depend on how much fat you want to eat during a day. So the great thing about cottage cheese is it's a good way to add protein without eating meat. Not that eating meat is bad at all, but sometimes I just don't want to eat any more meat. So cottage cheese is a great way of getting protein in without eating meat. But you can also very easily dial your fat up or down by varying the type of cottage cheese you buy. So if you buy the small curd, that's kind of your whole milk, your whole fat, versus the fat-free cottage cheese or any of the ones that come in between that. So cottage cheese is a really great way that you can dial your fat up or down depending on where you are and what goals. So maybe when you're starting out keto, you'll use the small curd, the highest fat one, and then maybe as you progress, you get to use the same recipe, but you can tweak it just by lowering the amount of fat in the cottage cheese you buy, or vice versa, depending on where you are and what you want to do. So I've mixed my cottage cheese in, and now my Superpower Porridge is ready. You don't have to have this hot. You can also leave this like overnight oats, if you ever made those. You can make it the night before and stir the cottage cheese in the morning. You can make the whole thing and leave it in the fridge. You could do that and then warm it up in the morning. This is a great thing that you can make ahead. You could double this batch, and then when it's ready, put it in 4 individual containers, airtight lids, pop them in the fridge. Then you've got one for every day as you head out the door, for example. So very, very versatile. And it pretty much does taste like your Bulletproof coffee, only in edible form. The texture totally reminds me of oatmeal, and it is like eating coffee flavored mini marshmallows. So go make yourself some Superpower porridge. Enjoy!